Brenda lost it all one day, no tears. Government took it all away in fears. Kids, stolen life, a mess, nothing left. But she fought back with every breath. A husband locked away for trying so hard. Brenda's heart took blow after blow. 15 years gone, but hope's a bright star. She showed the world what they didn't know. She's bringing it back, Brenda's new dawn. Living her life, singing her song. Starting over, no chains to bind. Loving it all, pure peace of mind. She's helping others rise and shine, teaching joy from a heart so kind. No looking back, just moving ahead. In her story, no tears are shed. From ashes, Brenda stands so tall. Brenda's living, showing what she can do. She's bringing it back, Brenda's new dawn. Living her life, singing her song. Starting over, no chains to bind. Loving it all, pure peace of mind.
Okay, I knew that would happen as soon as I walk away, y'all. I was gonna go grab my microphone, but no need. How's everybody doing? I see a little conversation started over here. I just wanted to say hello, welcome in, everybody. I talked to Danielle a little bit earlier. She might come on and say hello. And talking to Gunner too. And like I say, everybody, we're in it to win it, and that's what's happening. Really, a good idea. Just stay positive. Just keep busy. If it's not, straightening out your paperwork, getting things in order, it's taking some time for yourself. What do you say? Hey Debbie, how's it going? Thanks for stopping in. Chris is saying he's what? Going to see the sun tomorrow. All right. It seems like this is a regular thing for Fridays with you, Chris. It seems that way. I think that's a great news. See, somebody's coming in here with some positive information, positive vibes, and Amber's here. Hey, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Hey, y'all. What's up? All right. In fact, Silver Lies too. This sounds great. I'm glad. It seems like I picked a pretty damn good time because it seems like if you're too tired for the later show, this one is not so bad. I mean, especially for me, it's only almost 8:30 for me. So, anybody else on the Central Time up in here? It seems like that's what we were pointing out the other day. Like, say, California, like LA County, there's no advocates like we have in so many different states across um, this U.S. Yeah, I was talking to somebody just the other day. It's kind of strange. So much problems going on with CPS and these dependency court judges, yet no advocates speaking out or helping in any way to try to get down to the basics of how we need to get our stuff into the higher courts, because they're breaking federal law, people, and this is just not going to be able to continue. Okay. And it's true. I mean, they, again, it's like USC 241 and 242. I mean, this is, hello, we got to open up your eyes, people. They're taking our kids, and it's just like, if anybody's old enough to know that movie, check it out. If not, I mean, kind of, cheesy a little bit for now, a nowadays movie, but Network. It was the guy finally was fed up with everything, especially the media. He says, I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. And he took his TV, and then he was lived up in a high-rise apartment, threw the TV out there. And I mean, that's what needs to go on in reality here. Because we are getting like they're making us angry people. And the thing is they're, again, with all the things that are going on across the country with these young men or whatever it is acting out in violence, and then what? Then you look into it a little bit further. You have their like biological family reaching out saying, hey, I was trying to get custody of my son since he was a little boy. Like a similar that we talked about already. I'm not going to get into much with that Florida University shooter, but I can tell you, even though apparently the dad was in the picture, the deputy that adopted him, maybe him had a relationship with this guy's father. But in any case, they went on to say how this affects a child to have them ripped away from their family. I mean, obviously, hello. Here we are. We're singing the same tune, right? I'm preaching to the choir over here. I know that's true. So what's going on? Schools, put on check today, executive order, and now teachers have control of classroom. Well, isn't that interesting? Because I heard, now where was it? Did you guys hear about this? It was like a little tussle that happened at one of these schools with two guys, and all of a sudden, somebody gets stabbed. I don't think there was any deaths involved, but still, the people were reacting. Where were the teachers to stop this from happening? So there is some blame going on the teachers on that one. And thank you for all the hugs and hearts, and I really appreciate it. I mean, like I say, we're all in here in the same boat, so let's everybody band together, and whatever we got going on, we definitely will let you know. Like I say, if anybody wants to message me in Messenger, or get a hold of me on my email, it's just my name, Brenda Cambron 91 at gmail.com, and to let me know, because we have got a pretty easy fillable form. That way, your information will be stored in a file with other parents from across the country. Danielle is helping get these names together. I mean, it's very simple, guys. I mean, you can, if you want to, add a little videotape or add a little attachment to say, these are the things that happened. You don't have to add your story at all if you don't want to. The simpler, probably the better in a lot of cases. But all you're going to do is fill out your case number, the judge's name, all this stuff, and that way, it'd be part of a parent movement, or I mean, we're still like going back and forth about what the name. Gunnar mentioned we the people, but I found there's several groups that use that and aren't aren't really for we the people. Some people would take that name and squash it. Just like I say, there's so many things that have been squashed that used to be really great, like the Rainbow Gathering. Now that was hippies. Now it's like rainbows. God knows. All I know is it's beautiful to see a rainbow when the sun's out and it starts raining. I've seen some really good ones up here in Louisiana, and that's another thing I like to do, just to put my mind at ease. I've got really good clouds and sky views where I am, and it's kind of like a peace of mind almost, to like I say, there's nothing that I enjoy. Why can I say that? Something I enjoy to do is go in my garden where I'm trying to, grow some things. I got some strawberries going, guys. Like I have 3 good strawberry plants. Every day I've been getting strawberries off there. I mean, they're like not even half the size of a regular strawberry, but still they're delicious. And you get in there and you're ripping and tearing. That's all you can think, is I'm ripping those weeds out, guys. And that somehow gets some of my aggression out. Hey, Athena, good evening to you. So what else is going on? Anybody? I know that Chris is going to see their son tomorrow, and I wish I had some news like that, but thinking it's a possibility I might go see my husband up in Florida this weekend. I'm still debating. I mean, I'm trying to, keep the boat afloat over here as far as getting the bills paid and everything like that. So that's what they do. They lock up my husband. Now I have no income whatsoever. So what? Wait, was on motorcycle? What was happening? Oh, I rode through the orange color of the rainbow in 2017. It blew me away. It was orange everywhere. Whoa. Oh, that's crazy. Sometimes you ever drive through fog either? That's really weird. Hey, I can tell you what else is really cool. We used to live, anybody up north at all? Minnesota, we lived there for quite a few years. We went out in the boundary waters, canoed to different like little islands or whatever. And I tell you, one night I thought, Lord God is coming down from heaven, because those northern lights, and I mean, they were dancing around. It's just like, oh wow, unbelievable. And out there, there's no lights whatsoever. What a beautiful view. It's something you will never forget. It almost made like a circle with like a black hole in the middle. I thought, whoa, this is it, guys. hopefully I've been saying my prayers, but and then again, that was some time ago, guys. That was even before wow, let me see, how old is Hawk? It's probably like 35 years ago. That was fun though. That was a good time. Hey, what's going on, Debbie? Last year they took John the first time and we got it back. TFI sent me a survey, and there's a whole bunch of stuff they have never done. Debbie, was it you that put that picture up in a chat about the TFI? Because TFI for you is something to do with DCF, right? TFI. Does anybody know to give me a help out with that? What that is? Anyways, so yeah, we're getting ready to get that brief in for my husband's appeal. So things are looking up, and hopefully, like I say, if lo and behold this appeal doesn't go through, I'm on board with whoever can say, the gunner's saying that he's getting a case going, and if they're not going to be able to ignore this, and that's what I say. I think he's right about that. You got to get it over into the higher courts, the federal courts on this. The thing is that they're breaking federal crime when they're coming in and stealing our kids, and then attempt to mute us by jailing up the parents who speak out on it. I mean, this is something. They have a lot to hide, and they're getting pretty nervous, or hot under their collar, should we say, right? Uh, and Gunner's here, and what is it? The third? Oh, they're a third party to DHS. I see. Yeah, just like we were talking about earlier, Partnership for Strong Families. These freaking nonprofits that they're using to help keep our kids. They have no intent on giving our kids back ever from the get-go. Don't you believe?
What Brenda's talking about is we are actively involved on the largest release that will end CPS across the United States. We are working on getting something together as quick as possible, and get all of our ducks in a row. We're working on a place when this is going to happen as soon as everything is confirmed. Um, that they should be here. We have reached out to people and people that are supposed to be at part of this constitutional and CPS rally. We're reaching out to, we have contacts that have contacts with Struggling Jennings, Tom McDonald, several other groups, and other people that are a little bit more famous. It's going to be a national press release as soon as we let this go. Once again, this backs up basically a federal filing that was done. Um, and what it does is it exposes and actually gets the truth out of what this federal case filing actually says within the case filing, that actually proves treason and sedition. Hard evidence, not about judges, not about caseworkers. We're talking about going to the core of everything, of saying the state gave away your rights 100% to CPS and has allowed them to do it. We have their training manuals. We have all the evidence we need, enough to, let's put it this way, get to get the Trump administration's, and understand this is a attention, but please understand this is a peaceful assembly. We're going to make that very clear. And the basis of this is to present the evidence and then present to the Mr. President that we, the people, declare a state of emergency in the United States of America. The rest is up to the administration, and it's showing that we, the people, stand with our president, and we are presenting evidence to the people and to the public out there of what is out there. It's well known. Everything is there for FOIA requests. You got to know what to look. Yes, we found the missing key. CPS is done. Okay. So this is, you guys got to build the excitement when this comes out, when we get the announcement for this date. We're looking to make sure that we have some sort of security and everything else. We're looking for at least 5 million people to show up to this thing, because it shows up. Basically, this is the end of CPS. So anybody that has a CPS case or anything else, we will announce the date. It will reveal everything. And like I said, there's a lot of big names involved in this, so there's no way this is not getting up in everybody's face. But if you guys watch our shows, we're going to show you how what we've tried to teach you in the shows has led to where this stuff is, what it is, and everything else. But we even found a way to get past Rooker versus Spellman, so you don't have to go through that. So it's a way of showing everybody, this is how you do it. This is how you make your complaint. This is how you get past Rooker versus Spellman. And let me tell you something, we're going to recommend to everybody else too. And I believe that's something maybe Darren's going to work on too. Like I said, you can look at it as a template and make your own, because these filings, once again, are public record. So Brenda can pull it anytime. So if I just give you the case number, you can go look up the public record of saying, this is the structure of the complaint. That is available. That's part of FOIA or anything else. But when you realize what was put together and how it was, it literally calls them out for unconstitutional practices to remove children, which means what? All the children come home, because every single one of them were obtained unconstitutional. And when that comes out, everything comes out, because this is that deep state, that cabal, that the corporation, whatever you want to call it. This peels back everything that they've been doing, and they got so far enough to kill. Listen, they got far enough to have a vice president kill a president. They got into the presidency, and then they got into our homes. Y'all need to wake the hell up of what's going on, because there has been an attempt to overthrow our government, which is we the people. Remember that. Remember that when you use that word government, watch that word, because we the people are the government. Everybody else is elected, appointed actors and officials. Okay.
Right. We are the government, right? We are
the government. We are to govern ourselves, and all these other entities that are out there. There's a lot of entities that exist today that are not even constitutionally there, that are not even supposed to be there, that are over regulating us and coming down our throat and shoving stuff down our throats we're not supposed to. One of them is going to understand, if you lived under the Constitution, that all codes, rules, and regulation are for what? Government only. They're for those people serving in those capacities, not for the natural man or for us. But if you look at everything you've been, you go to court or anything else, and it's you versus state, there's another thing for the Constitution violation. But all this other stuff, it's a code they're bringing up against you. Not a law, a code. Codes don't apply to the people. That's going to be proven in a court of law. Reaffirmed again, this is undone. And it's up to the people, like I said. Give it a chance and make our petitions known, and this is the way to do it. Not just having our voice, but a case has been filed that proves it.
Well, like we say over and over again, though, 18 U.S.C. 242, defamation of civil rights under the color of law, and 18 U.S.C. 241, conspiracy to violate civil rights.
Yep.
There's 400,000 children in confinement across this country, and do you think we could get 5 billion parents together?
I think when people take and realize that this is the end of CPS and it's not a joke, and we've got the names behind it, and we've got a case number, and we've got this, and even within that case proves 100% what is going on. And it's bringing it right into the courtroom and calling it out, putting a stop to it. But this has gotten so bad The only way to deal with this is get awareness, and then it's in numbers. Why? Because then all of you, I'm going to recommend too. The biggest thing we found too is, like I said, a lot of I would recommend a pro se sui juris. Find a way to do it yourself and just make it, hey, these things happen to me. And it's not going to be hard. Once the first case, like they say, pops the bubble, what happens? Everybody else follows and rushes in. You got to have the one case. Well, guess what? We found it. We found it. We found all the evidence. We found everything we needed to hold them accountable, and there's no way. And that's what we're going to present to the American people, because that's called transparency. The American people need to realize what's going on. Listen, this is not Republican. This is not Democrat. This is both sides of the aisle. This affects everybody from the single mom to somebody that's on a motorcycle, in a motorcycle club, to just anybody, doctors, some of the other things, everyday people, tradespeople.
I know. I've run into people. They weren't a victim themselves. Some of their families members, or I'm telling you,
It's gotten that bad. Everybody knows about it.
Right in Louisiana. And I'm like, yeah, because I really didn't know anybody in Louisiana. I live here, but my case is in Florida. But here I was in the library going on about, a couple things about the kids or whatever to this one lady. And this guy overheard, and he started going on about how his children were taken. And it's just
the beauty of this case, too, is not just this. It ties all the actors. It takes out all the judges that's ever heard a case. This takes out all the CPS workers, their supervisors, all the way up the ladder for treason and sedition to overthrow our government, because this was called cultural genocide. What they're doing is taking your children and reprogramming them, putting them in this and that. Now, work with the combination of the Department of Education, which is why it was defunded, that you're going to roll back. Tell me your kids don't know your rights, nor can they take and read and sign a signature. If you can't do a signature, you can't enter into contract. You can't read and write and everything else, the original documents. How are you going to know what your rights are and everything else? But instead, they have substituted this, as everybody's seen, within gender studies and with this and this and that. It's all a distraction to keep you away from what? They're not educating their kids on the rights. We've trusted this system, and it has failed us. They have lied to these people thinking they're doing good. And it's not just CPS workers. Listen, this is law enforcement they've lied to. This is the teachers they've lied to. And when everything in the facts come out, that's where we are, regardless of your feelings. Facts don't give a fuck about your feelings. And when this comes out, guys, it's done. Because it ties everything together, and it rips off everything to where you can see the American people, why we want to go back to the Constitution. And that's it. Not the second Constitution, the first one, where we live free, where this doesn't apply to us. And we live without all this stuff. It's funny. You get into all this stuff to where, hey, get married because it's better. Because why? You get a license. Well, you have to get married, legally for a license, right? So the government recognizes that you're married, right? But that's so you get a tax discount and everything else. But wait a minute, aren't taxes voluntary?
What's happening?
They're giving you excuses, selling you one product after the other with lies, and trapping you into contracts. Because that's the only way the state can get with you.
This is what I was thinking about, though, is, the federal definition of kidnapping is unauthorized confinement. Okay. Mm-hmm. So look at what's exactly going on.
Here's
no authority to take our children.
Exactly. Which means what? Every bit of Title 4D money they've got, every bit of reimbursement or money they spent on this and that is now considered fraud, and it falls under RICO. When we say it's over, the evidence shows every single bit of it so damn clear. That's it. And understand this, it's not what we're coming up with. It's their own stuff that we're using against them. Their own stuff with FOIAs that they buried. Yes, policies, procedures, training manuals, all this other stuff. You have a right to get to them, to use that against them. Every bit of it. Fight fair? Nah, fuck that shit. I want your job description. I want everything. And if you didn't do it by the book, and that's the
Right.
same thing with a lot of officers, but you
That's
got to
why.
remember there's a company out there training them to do this class called How to Gain Entry with Difficult Parents and People, which is an act of teaching people how to coerce you out of your Fourth Amendment rights. That is illegal and it's a felony in every single state. But they teach it. They teach it to law enforcement. This is a corrupt, or this is what's been trying to overtake us. But once again, you get to the lawyers. Who oversees the lawyers? All your state judges and magistrates. You know that Judge Harrington that we were talking about earlier through there? Did you know that Tanawa Downing's been out there for all you guys with this and that? Judge Harrington, did you know that she sits on the ethics committee for the Bar Association?
Oh,
So
sure.
these judges and everything else are not disconnected from the bar. They're still connected because they're serving as officers of
Right.
the bar.
Bro,
Did
and
you
the thing
make that connection yet? You wonder why you can't get into federal court? You wonder why you can't win your case? You never stood a chance because the state stacked it against you with ineffective counsel from family lawyers because your constitutional rights were automatically violated. And what do? We'll just get through this. We'll get through that. No, we should change jurisdiction and be in a federal court. But your attorney doesn't have the license, more than likely the federal license.
Mhm.
Because here's the other thing that's different. It's statutes and codes and regulations for state. Do you know constitutional law is common law? Oh, so why don't we have common law courts? Some states do. Are they following what they're supposed to in the Constitution? Nope.
What did you call them? Come along courts?
Common law courts. Common law. Well, it is also referred to as common knowledge. It should be common knowledge.
Right.
Do what, Danielle?
What is she up over
We'll
there?
have to talk later. She says something on the app here or just the YouTube channel, Danielle?
Banned to CPS. What? Can you get through to we were using StreamYard the other day, so we wouldn't have to worry about stuff like this. It kind of worked out. We did that the other night. That's crazy.
Yes, Albie. Yes, they can lie to your face. What we're talking about is Fourth Amendment and everything else. They have some wiggle room, but when it comes down to your constitutional rights, there is no. And for you to engage in contract, which is the only way the state can deal with you, you have to have full information or fully disclosed in any contract you sign. You have to have full knowledge. That's why they tell you with the car and everything else, you buy this and that and your mortgage and all that other stuff. Here, read these things. And then there's hidden shit in there because it's a contract and you're bound by it because you've had your signature to it. See, that's the only way the state can deal with it. You're talking about them lie to your face. Yes, if you're under investigation and they can use those techniques. Yes, they are allowed to have some flexibility with this and, come out and do this and that. But at the same time, they have to respect your constitutional rights. They cannot cross the line. 100%. Even law enforcement can. You don't believe me? They didn't read you your rights. Guess what? Case dismissed. Fruit from poisonous tree. Boom. Illegal search and seizure. Case dismissed. It's that simple. There's no case. Constitution says so. And no judge can rule otherwise. Hey, looks like we're on TikTok Live now. Well, until they see me, then I'll get banned again, damn it. But,
I swear, I got another channel, guys.
This is what we've been working on all these shows. And Brenda, I know this has been great. And thanks for the support. Brenda's, all of us here that are at the CPS Breaking News Network, we've been working hard on many different aspects. But, yeah, we broke the code. So it's over. It's been filed. It's done. It's in the courts. Nobody can stop that. Once it's in there, it's in there. And once the evidence is there, the evidence is there and it's done. So you can't change that. You can't hide that because that goes into an automated system for the United States government that is then reviewed. and everything else. But no, it's coming. But like I said, we've been trying to give you a little bit here and there between Brenda's show, Danielle's show, my show, CPS Fighting for Justice. We've all been, I mean, Brenda, we've been working our asses off lately
Yeah, and
and
Danielle,
trying to help you guys, the best we can with information and knowledge.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the more you know, it's just like that. You used to see that the little thing come up after a show. The more you know, like a little commercial.
But
Um,
guys, pay attention because we will be announcing that as soon as we know the rest of the details. We're working it out as fast as possible. And those of you this and that, yeah, it's coming. Yes, it's a non-violent thing. It's not meant to do anything else. It's meant to give you information to fight in the courtrooms, but to reveal what we have discovered and how bad it is and how unconstitutional it is that they are stealing our kids by violating constitutional rights. And we got them. We got them in their training. We got them in their paperwork. We got them in everything. There's no going back. And this is enough to get Trump's attention, to hear the voice, to make enough. If all this has been going on and the evidence is there,
right.
once again, that's enough. That's enough substantiated evidence for the president of the United States to take executive action according to the Constitution.
Well, that's what I was thinking because if any of you guys ever heard about the Kids for Cash case in Pennsylvania, I mean, those judges were arrested. Okay, so it could be done there. Why not just let's follow the flow? Okay, because that was what 2014. I mean, there was no impartial tribunal for them or for any of us. No one, it's just no advisement of rights. There's no waiver of rights. It's just like so many things happen with there. But if you can have success with that as they did, and I mean, that's what we need is we need more people that are in these positions of authority that are going to be listening to what we have to say because like I say,
once again, we're coming with hard evidence that once again you can't deny it. And let me tell you, you ever heard the term that people don't like anymore or anything else? Yes, this is whistleblower. This is blowing the top off of and sharing with the people what's going on with enough publicity and big names and everything else to grasp your attention to pay attention. We have something you need. And so when we tell you it's coming, pay attention for it. We're working on it. We're going as fast as we can. I know everybody wants their kids home. And that's going to be the biggest outcry because if all of this is going on and you see the evidence and you resign for yourself, make your own decision that is happening, that means your child has been kidnapped and basically things have turned on you. And that is not allowed in this country, regardless of how you feel.
And then to take your child, keep it and hide your children from you as like in these.
They'll be held accountable. It's going to be over.
Like I say, it's completely disgusting. It's just, it makes you speechless sometimes about the gruesome and horrible stories that everybody has. I mean, everybody has a horrible story about this stuff going on. So
that's the thing too. People now will begin to listen to these as, oh shit, that happened to you. And not believe you or call you a liar or you're trying to get out of this when they realize the corrupt system of what they're doing and the power they have with no constitutional anything in their courtroom. It shouldn't even exist. And like I said, you notice, what did we display on one of our other shows? SEC versus Jarsky. You remember that one, Brenda?
Oh, yes. You said it enough, Gunner.
What did Trump quote in one of his things for the courts and everything else? The new case laws. SEC versus Jarsky.
Right.
There's a reason why, and we broke why on this network. So, Brenda, there's a good point to talk about it, but I just wanted to give everybody a little bit of update. We're working hard. We're doing a lot of things. Stay tuned. More to come. Brenda, show's all yours.
Doing a show later, or what's happening there? Okay, he's already out of here. When he says he's gone, he's gone. Okay, so yeah, we've got a little hiccup with what's going on with Danielle. I know she wanted to come in and say hi. That was we're going to be able to go live with Danielle. Probably count more on this StreamYard. I mean, it worked pretty good the other night, right, guys? I mean, we're sick of these bans of banning us from here and there and everywhere. Why? Because we know too much, and this is true. We know, and they are getting hot on their collar because the jig is up, and here we are. We're not gonna take it, right, Danielle? Okay, so where are we at with the messages? The veteran bike guy will back this to reach out to him. The bald-headed submarine vet. Oh my gosh. This is Chris, and he usually doesn't like to say much on the thing. We did run a little bit late starting, so that's why it's a little late coming in here. All right. Connor, you still there? You would take over for a second while I take this? If not, you might as well say, hey.
Facility and is subject to monitoring and recording.
Right? Just like our life. Subject to monitoring and recording, and just like our life. My show was running a little bit late. But do you want to say anything?
You're the best mother in the whole world. You cooked breakfast, lunch, dinner, did a lot of everything for your children, homeschooled them to be 3 doctors. One of the best mothers in America, best wife, best friend. I love you very much. You've been the greatest friend in the world. Known for 42 years, and I love you very much.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think it's even, we married 42 years. I think we've known each other a little bit longer even. But in any case, that's what we're talking about too, about, the fathers. I mean, I seen the show the other day, these little kids that just barely can walk, or their dad's coming home and they're all running to hug their dad. I mean, that's an important part of a child's life, is to have their dad in the picture. And it's like the destruction of a family. But I mean, we had some buddy pop in and gave us a lot of good news on what's going to be going on with everybody being released, not just the kids, but the parents and everything else. But hey, you want to call me back in about 20 minutes if you can? Or is it's not late night? It's getting late for you.
All right, hoping I can call you tomorrow. I'll try to call you tomorrow, because I think you should risk it all way out here. It's too big of a risk.
If you're up in the morning.
I'm just saying, if you're off Friday, that'd be good, because I can start early. All right,
All right.
call you again.
All right. Well, thanks for joining the show. All right. We're going to count you down. All right. Well, this man, he's very humble, but he's greater than me. All right. Love you. Love you. All right. Talk to you later. So, and there you have it. Like I say, it's just a travesty. So I know Luann knows what we're talking about. I mean, they're locking our families up, whether it's our kids or our spouses. It's really getting sickening. I can say, for as far as I understand it, Chris, the other Chris, what's his name? Griffiths. Sometimes Chris Archer or whatever with the dog. They've locked him up. Another Florida victim of Florida crimes and corruption that's going on there. I mean, what we talk too much. We're knocking on your door and we want some answers, and that's a problem for them, isn't it? Yeah, and I mean, it's happened to the best of us. And the only way they can shut us up, I think, is by locking us up. And that's the thing. I mean, it's happened to some of the greatest people. I mean, and they're throwing felonies on great people too. Like, look at Trump. I mean, a felon. Can you believe this? Yeah. I mean, I'm a felon. I'm a felon twice time over, because when they took my kids over a little bit of marijuana, they said it was a felony amount, even though they arrested my husband too. That didn't have anything to do with it. and put more in this bag to make it a felony. I like to smoke a little bit of weed. I didn't have medical prescriptions at that time. Oh, big deal. That's what Chris. If you look up Chris Canberra on YouTube, he did this one video, like a little campaign video when he was running for sheriff, and that's what he says. It's like, this is what we have over in Dixie County. You're arresting a grandmother that's likes to smoke a little bit of weed. Meanwhile, what do you have going up with all this just shooting across the country, all these mass shootings going on over and over again, and all these victims of CPS and these dependency courts ending up acting out violently? Gee, I wonder why. You know, it's just like, isn't it obvious? Now, Facts Over Lies, he has a daily platform where he will go live with you to get the word out. Oh, I see what you're saying. Well, that's good news. That's good news. Yeah, you got to get with me on that. Definitely interested in Fact Over Lies. And the only state of LA operates under the civil law system based on French legal code. The rest of the U.S. operates under common law system with influence from a civil law. Thank you for the information, Albie. And what was this? Oh, shit. Just Fact Over Lies is saying it breaks his. I'm telling you, it's breaking his heart. I mean, this man can't live without me. I mean, gosh forbid. If I put more money in this phone, it's getting to be ridiculous. But I mean, anything I can do for his sanity, because that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get. Seems like what only they're offering around here in this little town is part-time this, part-time that. Y'all, can you believe this? I went to work a couple days as a trial period. It's called T-Boy's Slaughterhouse. But it's like I was being a meat packer. I can tell you the truth. I was packing the meat. Okay. I mean, they got all the boudin and everything up in Louisiana. Whoa. I mean, yeah, there was some. I went to the bigger store for the training. I don't even know if they're going to keep me on, but they'd be losing out if they wouldn't have kept me. I'm very. But I have a lot of different opportunities. All of a sudden, I had an interview at this other place, and I'm going to go have another interview because this one little clothing place is only able to offer me one time a week. I mean, that's not going to cut it for my bills. In any case, yeah, Chris says he's hanging in there, and that's glad to hear. And I think even though he's advising with all his might that I shouldn't travel because it could be dangerous for me. I have had like these episodes of syncope and stuff like that. So, but I've been feeling pretty good lately. And a lot of times, sometimes it's good to just get in the car and go for a drive. You always got to watch out for these other guys, though. I can tell you. Speaking of T-bone or whatever it is, that was T-boys. I was T-boned with my little Nissan, and somehow it ended up being my fault. You tell me. It's just a nightmare. I swear to God. You ever feel like that? I mean, it's just when my kids were taken and I was so destroyed, and so was my husband. I mean, my husband. Some people. Are more emotional about it than others, or at least, show more emotion. But I mean, you feel really bad about having, an empty house, because what is a house without a home is what they say, right? I mean, there's no home when, the family's not there with you. Like I gotta say, I got this big house, or it's not that big, but too big for just me. And that's how they try to break you guys. I mean, as many distractions as it's like almost like they pull out the rug from under you. I'm all about these little sayings today. I don't know what got into me. But yeah, it's like I say, it's difficult at times. It's hard to keep your focus. I have a lot of trouble with that. If you notice, I mean, a lot of us have, let's go down the line. Post-traumatic stress disorder. You got ADHD. A lot of us are autistic. Chris, my husband, is one of them. My daughter, for another. Elon Musk for another. Okay, you're going to say these people that are autistic need to be stolen away by CPS? And just announce all over the news, they got delays. That, what do you think they did that to my daughter? If anybody wanted to go look at what they posted across all the news networks in 2019, my daughter, Sage Cambron, you can type it in, and they make me, the mom, look like some crazy woman. And my daughter's at the door to this foster house that was completely deplorable. Just the worst thing you can imagine. Okay. And like, it really was worse than I thought it was going to be. But in any case, she's like, Mom, I was wondering where have you been? I have my bags packed. I'm ready to go. She's like, she's been sitting there waiting for a minute because my whites were already terminated by that time. I mean, the kids were taken in 2016. So, it's just like, like you say, they're probably just following the manual down the line. Well, if they make these accusations and that doesn't pan out, well, why don't we throw some other accusations to make this look like some horrible, horrible thing? And then by reaching 50, when having no criminal record whatsoever, all of a sudden, look what happened. Look what happened. I'm 50 years old and now I'm committing crimes all of a sudden. That seems strange. Yeah, it's like what is it? It's a political persecution. I mean, deprivations of rights under the law. It just doesn't make any sense, guys. And what doesn't make sense is that you're always going to have these evil players within these higher positions. But come on, I mean, there's going to be too many where it's not. It's very more noticeable. And this is just going to start standing out so much that nobody's going to be able to hold back. And it's just like going to be a volcano erupting. But it'll be our kids flowing back to our houses instead of the lava. Because, a lot of people saying it's, again, with all these fires and floods and all this you got going on, the end of the world, the end times. That's what my friend Carolyn would say. Hey, she knows a lot about the Bible, and I got to give her credit. She keeps me afloat in the right direction with our nice talks of fellowship. And it's great to have people in your life that know a lot about the Bible, because she'll always tell me, Brenda, don't take my word for it. Just look it up in the Bible, find it for yourself, and that's what, I never felt too comfortable with any certain kind of religion or church. I know years ago we used to have our own little group get together. We'd sing, we'd study, and all this other stuff. Okay, guys, I swear to God, I'm going to wrap it up because I got to take this from Chris, and we're running out of time anyway. So thanks for joining. I hope they guys can do a show tomorrow. I mean, tonight. I don't know what's going on, but if they do, I will be there for that.